In a world of big corporations and fake news, you can't always believe what you hear or read in the media. Helping people save face when the leadership makes their exit is a common strategy for corporations, especially ones as big as Warner Brothers and Disney. It protects not only the company, but the individual as well. Hell, even when I was laid off from a past job, I was required to sign a non-disclosure agreement saying I could not tell anyone I was laid off. Then they reported back to the remaining employees at the company that I chose to leave on my own. If I opened my mouth, then they would sue me for my severance package to be returned. Now, my job did not work in the astronomical money that WB and Disney do, so you can imagine how much worse it could possibly get. For instance, many people read the reports that Zack Snyder left production of Justice League because of his family tragedy. Now, this came after the Warner Brothers execs actually screened the Snyder Cut already and called it unwatchable. So that is when they ordered reshoots and mandated that the film not exceed 2 hours runtime. Now, most creatives and workaholics actually bury themselves in their work when tragedy strikes, but WB claimed Snyder left because of the tragedy. Well, if that were actually true, then why was the first thing that Snyder did was go off and make a short film? It's because WB took advantage of the real tragedy to help the company and Snyder save face as they gave him the boot. They wanted the reshoots with a different director. The same thing happened to Diane Nelson, John Berg, and Jeff Johns when WB handed them a sinking ship of WB's own creation. Justice League was hacked up by WB mandates, so when it flopped, WB decided to restructure again. They let John Berg move on to other projects, but said initially Jeff Johns would stay on as president. But soon after that, they just eliminated the entire division, thus eliminating Jeff Johns' role. They have since reported that Johns went back onto his area of expertise, which was writing and being part of the creative process. But they all saved face on his exit. They never even gave Jeff Johns a fair chance, and in my personal opinion, they lost the one person at Warner Brothers who could actually match Kevin Feige. The main difference between Disney and Warner Brothers is that Disney actually backs up their people, while WB uses theirs as scapegoats after their own stupid mandates don't work out. And don't think it's just leadership, because sometimes it happens with actors as well, when they leave. Affleck claimed he left the Batman character and chance to direct Batman because he can never quite grasp it and get his head around the character. Yet Jay Oliva said he read the script and it was the best Batman script he'd ever read. Affleck's departure is most likely related to Warner Brothers' apprehension after Batman vs. Superman underperformed, which was their fault, and Justice League flopped, which was also their fault. The final nail in the coffin was when Ben Affleck's own movie, Live by Night, flopped. WB knew they were getting rid of Affleck, but allowed him to save face and make his own announcement and give his own reason, thus also eliminating any pressure on the company from fans. Most recently, Kathleen Kennedy announced Michelle Rejwan as Senior VP and Head of Star Wars live-action film and TV development. It is said that Kennedy will actually stay on in her position, but let's be serious, she most likely just announced her own replacement. After the divisive The Last Jedi, they claimed everything was perfect. Then after Solo flopped, they reprioritized, but said they were still going to keep Kennedy on. But anyone that has worked for a big corporation before knew this was the first foot out the door for her. If The Last Jedi was as great and as perfect as they claimed, and they embraced it as a success, then why did they feel the need to have J.J. Abrams go in and retcon some things and basically course correct? Okay, first of all, I believe that the job of leading Star Wars in film and television probably should have been given to Dave Filoni or even Jon Favreau, but this move of replacing Kennedy is something many claimed was going to happen, regardless of whoever the replacement was. So now Kathleen Kennedy saved face, and she can quietly exit and no one will notice because Michelle Rejwan has taken her place. Fake news is everywhere, and corporations don't want you hating them and potentially losing you as a customer because they fired your favorite actors or producers or whatever. Because of that, they make up these scenarios that save face for everyone. Good or bad, this is how it works in the industry. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for future content.